Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Welcome to another episode of Short Shifts, everybody, from the Hockey Think Tank. These are our short episodes, not as short as Toph, but 10 minutes, not 5'4". Toph has a question today, but I'm going to do the ad read for our friends over at Skate Tech. Skate Tech Sharpening and Equipment Repair brings you NHL quality services at an affordable retail price. In this economy, we all love that. With over 23 years of sharpening and equipment customizing experience, Skate Tech serves as your personal equipment manager, providing the highest quality skate sharpening, blade profiling, team unis, and equipment alterations available on the market today. No joke at all, guys. He's in St. Louis, right outside St. Louis. All of my pro guys use Skate Tech. No joke, no lie. Let Skate Tech help you take your on-ice performance to the next level with the edge the pros trust. Check them out at skatetechsharpening.com.
Oh, my God.
I love doing those.
Anyways. Jeffrey, it's my short shifts today. My short shifts today. And I got a topic. I have a feeling this is one pretty close to your heart.
Ooh.
Something that you probably worked on a lot as a player. Do you have a guess?
Celebrating.
We should do that, actually. At some point, that should be
great.
One.
I love scoring.
But no, it is not. I want to talk about winger wall play on the breakout. Winger wall play on the breakout.
I
feel like this is I know this is a skill that if you get really good at this as a forward, that translates.
Oh, yeah.
That translates to the next level. And that, as a former scout recruiter, like if somebody's really good along the wall, like that catches your eye. 100%. That catches your eye. Can get pucks out of zone, can make a play in tight spaces, to be able to find a teammate on the breakout, be able to win battles, all that kind of stuff. I have a lot to say, but this is something that I would imagine probably helped you to become the player that you were and had to work a lot on.
And I sucked at it. I had to work a lot at it. And even
so tell me about that. Let's go.
Could have been better. I mean, first of all, you gotta be brave. Like you have to be brave. And a big part of that bravery, though, honestly, and I didn't realize this until I was much older, is honestly learning spatial awareness, like working on your eyes, working on your vestibular system.
Shoulder check, 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 all the time.
Non-stop, learning to move while you're shoulder checking, learning to map the ice out when you shoulder check, not just looking to look, but looking to map the ice out and be like, okay, I have this much room. I have my centers coming underneath. In a second, when I make this play, he's probably going to be a little bit ahead of that. So like learning to map the ice out, learning to control your body, learning to make a play while you don't have to look at the puck. All of these things are little tiny skills that when you put them all together, when you're going into the wall, will help you freaking massively. Knowing when to, I used to call it like reverse pinch. When a D-man is pinching on you, knowing, okay, like I'm not going to be able to make a play because I see him pinching on me, knowing when to reverse pinch, knowing how to reverse pinch.
Can you just explain the reverse pinch a little for people that might not know what that is?
So a pinch, when the D pinches down, that's when they run down the wall and come down hard on the winger who's catching the puck, most likely around top of the circle or the hash marks. That's called a pinch. The D staying back would not be pinching, right? So when a rim happens and let's say you can't get to the puck, or you notice that the D-man is pinching on you, instead of you trying to hold the puck and you're going to get murdered by the D-man and you don't want it to squirt out, or you don't want it to get stolen because the D-man pinching usually has speed and they are looking at the puck when you have to be looking back towards the zone. So they have the upper hand. A reverse pinch is when you and I would pretend I was going to the puck and go right at the D-man, and I would just try and get my stick on his, and I would body on body as the puck was getting there so they couldn't make a play on the puck. And then as I got older, I would try to angle my skate in a way that the puck would go off my skate and pop out to the middle if my centerman was there while I was lifting the guy's stick. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. But all of these things need to be practiced at the youngest levels. You have to be confident. And a lot of players are scared of wall play because they don't want to get run over. And the reason they are getting run over is because they're not shoulder checking. They're not mapping the ice. They don't know where they are in space and time.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
They don't know really where their feet should be as the puck is coming around, whether that's a rim or the D-man is skating it. If you put yourself in a better position, your body is not facing your own end, and you're able to kind of open your body up while you're moving, but not all the way against the wall. So you can still move you can shimmy in, go to the wall, which is going to be safer if you do make a play and chip it to yourself. All these things play into it, and they're all things that can be worked on off the ice that we do in my gym all the time.
All the time.
Well, I sucked at this when I was a kid, bro. And like as I got older, obviously, if you're going to be a winger in pro hockey, you especially on a top line role,
you better be able to get the puck out and make a play on the
offense. Ball. Offense comes from this too.
Yeah.
If you can get a D-man to suck down and you can get it around him or pass it and jump around him, you're on an odd man rush.
Potential odd man rush for sure.
You get paid for points in pro hockey. So
yeah. So not every play is created equal, I think is big, right? Not every play is created equal. So that's where, when you talk about working on this, you have to learn different tricks of the trade, and you got to go through it, and you got to fail a little bit, and you got to figure out the best ways for yourself and whatever the play is based on the two things that I think are the most important when we're talking about, well, first of all, it's like the shoulder check, right? Like you said, you have to be scanning all the time, but the two questions that you need to answer when you're thinking about wall play on the breakout as a winger is, where's my pressure coming from and where are my options? Where's my pressure coming from and where are my options? And then you can make a play based on those two things. So is the pressure, like, is it a team? Most teams nowadays, the D are coming hard down the wall. So as a winger, you have to be really good at body positioning. Right? Getting body positioning on that defenseman where you could potentially get the puck, protect it, and make a play, whether it's a bump back to your D, whether it's if there's a middle option, whether it's, I just got to chip it out. I got to cut my losses here, and I just got to get it out. Maybe it's a little bit of a higher battle. I just got to get it out of the zone. Then you don't have to defend. The better you are at your wall play as a team, the less you're going to have to defend in your own zone. Right. And then where are my options? Right? Is my center open? Do I have a winger? Are we a team where the winger slashes across the ice for a potential chip and then they get to go with speed? Is it a team that's always above and maybe we got to bump it back to our D and then go back out the other side? That doesn't happen as much, but it is a potential play. So like, where's my pressure coming from and where are my options? And how do you know those things? By keeping your head up and continuously always shoulder checking and scanning what's going. Do you remember like when we were kids? I want to say this too. Like we were kids and we would practice rims and we would just have our butt against the wall and our one skate, like our skate that was like closest to the D-man would be out. And then we'd like angle our skate closest to the blue line to be able to like get the puck.
Yeah.
And like you weren't moving at all. Right.
Yeah. So stupid.
Yeah. But like, and this is where I think not every rim is created equal. Again, based on where's my pressure coming from, where are my options. And so like, I think the best way to get a rim, if there's no pressure, is to actually kind of get behind and get some speed and get that puck while you're kind of like facing north.
100%.
So now you're going that way. But if you got a D-man that's coming, you know, like a hellfire missile, you know, down the wall, that's not. Now what do I have to do? I got to get body positioning. I got to beat that defenseman to where the puck is going and then shield them and be able to make a play potentially on my backhand.
Yeah. Or realize that they're pinching, and if you have enough space, you go towards the puck. So you create separation, and then you have a little bit of time to make a play. I mean, one of the biggest things, and I got told this a lot when I was younger, and I was stupid, and I didn't do it enough until I got older, and I was forced to. I was always thinking when I was younger, especially offense. So as we're getting the puck, the D-man's got the puck. Well, I'm just going to go. And coaches would always be like, you got to grab more ice. You got to come back down way lower. You'll give yourself more time. Mm-hmm. And anytime I would get that puck and I'd be up higher, I'm skating myself into the D-man, right? If you come down lower on the breakout, you are giving yourself more time to make the next play. And that changed my career.
Does that D-man want to pinch all the way down to below
the hash marks or below? Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of times, no.
Or the other way, what some teams will do is they'll just post that winger really high.
Yeah.
They'll post that winger really high and then they'll just chip it and then it's go. That's another tactic. But either way, it's good. I like this one.
Yeah.
Winger wall play. You can be good at this, man. You can play at the higher levels.
Coaches, practice it. Practice it with your team. It's extremely valuable at the higher levels. Be a bro, share the show.
Be a bro, share the show.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.